Let me also get a word from Rakesh Sood. He's a former diplomat. He's joining us on the phone line. Very good afternoon to you, Mr. Sood. One thing is clear, the US is rattled because this change of tone that we see in the kind of statements that are particularly coming in after the SCO summit, it is hinting at what Trump is feeling.
Yes, I completely agree with you, Shweta, and I think that Trump, instead of looking towards India or Russia, has to look more towards his own behavior. You've already pointed out the irrationality of the tariffs and the penalties and so on that have been imposed on India. And insofar as Russia is concerned, he has politically rehabilitated. He invited President Putin to Alaska, and but then was unable to come to any kind of a decision. So he has torpedoed his own alliances, his own partnerships in such a abrupt fashion and unpredictable fashion that obviously it provides an opportunity to other countries to wonder as to how seriously they can take the United States.
But Mr. Sood, given how these statements are now coming in, do you expect a change in strategy in the time to come? US probably softening its position towards India.
Look, I mean, I have worked during my career as a diplomat. I have worked for more than a decade on India-US relations, and I can tell you that all professional diplomats are quite unhappy because the fundamentals of India-US partnership were drawn up on the basis of geopolitical convergence of interests and geopolitics. Now, those remain intact, but those have been ignored. We developed this partnership through a patient process of diplomacy and dialogue. And this was then backed by frequent meetings at the level of ministers, at the level of prime ministers and presidents, and so on. Now, to take one issue out of context, namely trade, and ignore the other partnerships that have grown, whether it is with regard to technology, whether it is with regard to defense, whether it is with regard to the Quad, whether it is with regard to the